Welcome to Obscure. Before we get started, to my empathetic people, I just want to say that it is important to protect your energy. So understand that nothing in this video is your situation. Listen, but don't absorb. We're just here to sip some tea. We have to pray for ASAP Rocky, y'all. He is going through a lot. So, ASAP Rocky had been on his Injured Generation tour since the beginning of this year, and he announced around like March 11th that he was going to add a string of dates to his tour in Europe. So, June 26th, he kicked off the European tour, and June 30th, he had an altercation in central Stockholm during the evening. So July 1st comes around and TMZ posted a video showing 4 men, including ASAP Rocky, fighting 2 other men. ASAP Rocky took to his Instagram the next day and posted his video, and he said that 2 men have been following him prior to the incident. The men appear to claim that ASAP Rocky's group broke their headphones. Check out this video.
Go ahead, go somewhere.
Go that way. Go that way.
What?
Just go that way.
He's following niggas. Go that way.
He's following us. Go that way.
Fight, retreat. No, bro. Nobody wants to fight with him, bro. Go that way, bro.
Go that way.
Nobody wants to fight with him. Go that way.
In the comments, ASAP Rocky said that he was innocent. So that night, he performed alongside the Migos, Bad Bunny, and more. But afterwards, he was arrested. TMZ reported that ASAP Rocky turned himself in and was arrested immediately. TMZ also claims that police were blocking the U.S. Embassy from meeting with Rocky and his team, reportedly a break from usual procedures and a breach of human rights. So July 5th comes and Rocky is ordered to be held in Stockholm for at least 2 weeks while Swedish authorities investigate an assault charge. The investigation will reportedly determine whether prosecutors decide to go to trial in the case, and if necessary, they can add an additional 2 weeks extension. ASAP Rocky's lawyer tells The Times his client is being confined to a detention center after the court ruled that he was a flight risk. And that's what get me. It's like, okay, well, if he then turned himself in, he gave himself up voluntarily, why would he be a flight risk? So meanwhile, ASAP Rocky missed a performance in Dublin's Longitude Festival. So the next day, ASAP mob member ASAP Ferg says that ASAP Rocky is locked up in solitary confinement with no visit or phone call privileges. July 8th, ASAP Rocky appeals his detention all the way to Sweden's highest court, the Supreme Court. His lawyer tells Pitchfork in an email that the appeal was rejected, so Rakim, which is ASAP Rocky's real name, is still detained. TMZ came out with a report today, and they said that their sources said that walking into that place was like walking into a toilet. The embassy official also said that all of the prisoners they have visited over the past year has lost a shocking amount of weight. That says a lot. TMZ reports that ASAP Rocky is being held in a shockingly inhumane conditions. They describe feces hurled about and not cleaned up because apparently the person in a cell next to ASAP Rocky is mentally challenged. So he throws his feces and the jail never cleans it up. And they're also saying that this man slams his head into the concrete. They also said that the food is wretched, is not edible. The facility is not fit for human beings. TMZ also reported that their sources told them that Rocky is sleeping on a yoga mat with no blankets, no water. The water is not clean and the food is not edible. And they said that ASAP Rocky, the first 5 days that he was there, he was literally eating an apple a day. An apple a day. Now, in the video, You clearly see the victim, the one that's saying he's a victim in all this. You can clearly see him harassing and trying to, engage in a fight with them. And they're clearly saying, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight you. Go on about your way. So apparently there's this treaty over there, which Sweden and the United States has signed. And under that treaty, when a foreigner, like A$AP Rocky he's a foreigner to Sweden, is arrested, he has a right to immediately see an official from the U.S. consulate. A$AP Rocky asked for the meeting with the U.S. consulate, but when an official from the American consulate arrived at the detention center to meet up with him, he was denied access, which is a clear violation of that treaty. Sources told TMZ that the reason it was denied is because they didn't want them to see the conditions of their facility. So they know it's nasty and they know that it's not right. They know that it's not right over there. Now, after Rocky's team persisted, the U.S. consulate was able to see him 2 days later, but they had to be in the presence of 2 Swedish guards, which they believe was a clear intimidation tactic. Now it's being said that Rocky's team is trying to get the State Department involved to help him get out, but so far the Swedish courts have shut them down. According to XXL, Infinite says that he expects trial to begin sometime in August, but says keeping A$AP Rocky locked up until then is a punishment before the fact with no due process. So fans and friends have launched a petition Tuesday, and the petition is titled Pound Justice for Rocky on change.org, demanding for him to be released. And so far it has gotten 65,000 of a hoped 75,000 signatures before the day has ended. It is not right. It's not right what they are doing to him. Having him stay in them kind of conditions, barely eating, sleeping on a yoga mat. And I'm pretty sure y'all can pretty much guess how hard a concrete floor is. And to have to sleep on a yoga mat with no blankets while the person that's next door to you, is constantly slamming their head up against the concrete and pooping and throwing it, and you can smell it, and you have not eaten, you ain't got no clean water to drink, you can't get no phone calls to call your family or anything like that. That is crazy. That is sickening. And like they're saying, that is very inhumane. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's wrong. Like, the things that can do to your mental health, that can really do something to your mental health. Even if he gets in, if they do the trial in August, even if he does get to come home, that will really do something to your mental health. That will expose you to some crazy thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I pray that he does not have to stay in there until August. It's just sickening to know that that's how they're running things over there. And then they're afraid for someone to come over to see how he's living. Then got a nerve to have 2 guards standing there as he talked to the consulate. Like, this is crazy. No phone calls. Y'all denied him to talk to the consulate. Then when the consulate come back, the 2 guards got to stay there. He ain't got no bed. All he got is a yoga mat. He's smelling feces. He can't eat. Man, this is crazy. All over a little bitty fight. Man, justice for Rocky, man. Please go to change.org, sign that petition, and let me know what you think down below in the comments. Peace.